Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Contest of Speed. It is round 14 here at the Shanghai International Circuit in China, and we are back with the EU4, which could be the end of the championship today for the driver's side, but the constructors could still be a fight. I am Brooksy, one of your two commentators for this evening. Joining with me in the comms booth is Tom Carter.
Hello. This is the 14th time I've done this now, and it's still. I mean, it feels like it's round 2 or 3. Like it feels like I've done this the whole of my life. Only 3 races to go of this year for EU4, and admittedly, it does look like the championship is going to be rounded out today. Because if you look at the standings now, we see that for Sid to have a chance at the championship, he needs to win every race. He doesn't have to get fastest lap, but just to match Grelis, he has to win every race, and Grelis can't score. So the odds are stacked against Sid, so even if it doesn't happen today, it will happen next week. But the rest of the championship is as follows: Destructo on 80 points in third. I won't mention his fall. Charlie has had a great resurgence the second half of the season. He's in fourth. X47 and Pipe Tech on the charge for the Constructors Championship. They're in fifth and sixth respectively. Tierlade, who's absent today, is in seventh, so he won't be scoring any points. Havoc Connor, Sebi, and Brother Adam round out your top 10. The first person outside the top 10 is Sirotkin in the Aston Martin. D Summers in the Williams is on 35 points, only one behind Sirotkin, so they're fighting for the best of the rest of the second half of the field. Dougie and Sygate are next. Then Nemes, Party Penguin, DMS Racing. And Real Ashinami, the last of your point scorers, Nathan D and Rising Claw in 11 and 9 events respectively, still yet to score 1 point.
And as we move on to the Constructors, which is looking very spicy indeed, with the Haas leading the charge after Grillis's championship for the drivers. He's been performing every race, scoring all the points that he can for the Haas team. But the Ferraris, as Tom pointed out so kindly, are just chasing by 10 points. Then we have a bit of a gap down to the Alpines with a 33-point gap before a 43-point gap before they could even get close, with a 70-point gap of McLaren, which makes it even bigger. But the Alfa Romeos are closing that gap ever so slightly. Only 12 points separate those, and get another 11 points for the Alfa Tauri, who have moved up a position and ended up knocking down the Williams. Mercedes are looking not too good this season. They have quite a big gap of 61 points before they can even get close to the Williams. Aston Martin, they're just behind with another 11 points, and the Red Bulls are failing to score points as Rising Claw hasn't scored any. It's all on Sygate with the 24 points. And now we shall get you into the qualifying session. And the first person we are on with is Charlie, but he's not the first person out indeed. We do
X427.
427, who's going to be first across the line, so we'll get on the camera for 427. The conditions aren't looking too nice, a bit of grey skies, but 427 now is powering towards the line to start his first lap. Brother Adam has retired from the session. I'm guessing he will be serving a qualifying ban.
Yeah, I'll get the information on why he's done that now.
There's no reason to retire unless you are serving a qualifying ban. So let's get the spicy information from Tom as we watch 427 just finish turn 4 now as he's powering up towards turn 5.
No qualifying. Oh yeah. So yeah, qualifying ban for round 13 and 14. Jeez.
Oh no, that's a double qualifying ban in the last race and this race. But 427's looking fairly strong, and we'll set the banker time as he's now about to approach turn 8, flying around towards turn 9. It's looking very tidy indeed, but there's a lot of fast corners here in China, and there is one thing you must look out for, and that is the infamous 11, 12 and 13, which Dan is just about to approach. If you get on the power too quick through 12, you will spin out of 13. You've got to take it nice and gentle, but then on 13 you need to drop the power and send it like a missile, which Dan does very nicely as he now approaches the second DRS of this circuit. There is only 2 available in this 5.4 kilometre track. But he's looking fairly good now as he enters the infamous hairpin. It's one of the tightest hairpins on the calendar. Looking at the track itself, but he's looking fairly good around 14. Around 15 we go, and he's going to hopefully not run it too wide out of 16. Get back on the power and flat towards the line. And the banker time will be a 32.8. And it's a good lap to start with.
Yeah, there's quite a few people still sitting in the pits here. Maybe...
Real Ashinami to cross the line for a 35.6 as we're on with his teammate Charlie, as Tom said, with a bit of a resurgence in the second half of this season, cooking away, coming across the line. And will it be pole for Charlie? He's done it before, he does it again. It's a 7/10 gap, it's a 32.1. Good bankers indeed.
Yeah, that's a nice lap from Charlie on the medium tyre, just edged out now by Dummy Lee, who goes 48 thousandths quicker.
Very close indeed, very, very close indeed. The Aston Martin showing some true pace here in China. That's a good banker to have. Who else can we go on with?
I'd say he's on a lap, Sid.
Sid's on a lap.
Oh, he's invalidated, no way.
Oh, that's such a shame. Sid, somebody who needs to do all he can to stop Grealish, but Grealish is sat there in the pits awaiting his time. He's going to let that track rubber in a bit before he comes out and sets his lap. We're currently on with a reservist of Blades. Is it me or is it zoomed? It's not zoomed. It must just be you.
It was for me a minute ago, but I went full screen and then went not full screen anymore, and it was fixed.
That seems to be an issue for yourself, Deathstorm. Apologies. As Blade sets a 32.9, it's a good lap for the Williams reservist as he's back in the races today. Next to come across the line, we have a McLaren on the track. We should take a look. It's invalid. Oh no, such a shame. But D Summers will be the next person we shall look at. We know the Alpha Towers have done the lap and they should be heading back to the pits. As the Haas comes across the line. Oh, we have Piney Penguin to start his lap. Can he score some points which are much needed in the Constructors? They are very, very much needed to beat the Ferraris because, as you know, Silverstone, Ferrari on the ball, stole the win from Grelis and much needed for the points. D Summers into the pits. He's not happy with his lap, so he's cancelling that one.
I wonder how many moves we're going to see into the pit lane because it is an overtaking opportunity at this track and might be the only pit lane that you could describe that way on the calendar.
It's definitely a place to overtake, and there is a loophole that allows you to do such a thing if you can do it safely without causing contact. It's lovely to see.
I've done it before, not here, but at Kota. I overtook Hako into the pits on that weekend this season. It's quite lucky of me because I did it by accident. So.
Well, Piney Penguin's looking fairly good.
Grelis is on his outlet.
Grelis, yeah, his teammate. Oh, he's just running slightly wide. His Piney Penguin coming through the infamous turn 12. Again, you get too quick on the power, you will start sliding. Will Grelis give his teammate the tour? It's much needed.
He's going to need him. Grelis is going to need his teammate if he wants as much of an advantage as possible to secure the championship today.
There's a beautiful tour down the second DRS straight. It could be beautiful for Piney Penguin, but as we saw, he went wide out of turn 12 and 13, so it could have cost him some more precious time. He's off the track! Oh, he's not invalid!
Okay.
It wasn't invalid. He didn't gain any time. He has not invalidated that lap.
You can see he hasn't gained any time because he's 3.9 seconds off the pace.
And we are on board with your Drivers' Championship leader, Grelis, coming to claim what could be the Drivers' Championship today. I don't want to commentators curse this, but he has been strong all season long. So hopefully it's all smiles for Grelis today.
It'd be quite a moment if he spun and crashed here. Had to start last in a track where turn one's probably going to be quite chaotic, but he does go purple in the first sector, unsurprisingly.
He's looking very good as now he attacks turn 7.
Whoa! When did Sid go fastest?
Oh, Sid with a pole of 31.8. Lovely stuff. Just what he needed. He needs to get himself in the fight. He needs to hope that Grelis cannot score any points if he has a sniff of the championship. Anything close to what could be a championship. Oh, bit of a slide for Grelis.
Poor start to the third sector for Grelis.
Yeah, he just a bit slidey in turn 11. Bit slidey. He's coming down the second DRS available on this track, but his teammate is far too far ahead and cannot give him the tour that he needs. But with Grelis' pace, I doubt that he needs it. But at this rate, it's not going to be a banker pole for Grelis because he had a stinker at the start of third sector. I wonder if he'll set the lap.
Sid. Nice.
Sid into the pits.
He's going to set this lap. I think this might be fastest.
Oh, wow,
it
by
is. Oh, by 84 milliseconds.
84 milliseconds to pole. So the bankers are pretty much complete, apart from those who were not happy with their lap. Dougie Rising Claw hasn't set a lap. Pipe Tech is on the track so far. At DMS Racing, we didn't see he was invalidated. D Summers wasn't happy and went into the pits. And Charlie is... Whoa, is that 2 Charlies?
Excuse me. Where?
Oh, on the stream, we have 2 drivers of the name of Charlie. 1, 2.
Oh yeah.
1, 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's just a bug for you. That's Red Mask in 19th. For me, it says Red Mask on my screen. Astronomy retiring.
Real Astronomy is retired. He's wants to save those tyres, but we shall go on board with Dougie, who's on his lap.
Yeah, so I'd say Sid and Grelis are close enough to be called a match at the moment on pace. So I do think it's a game of balls. Who has the balls to push and find the time coming into a second set of laps. And also that lap from Sid was also on 1 lap older tyres than Gradis because he did invalidate his first run.
So we used the same set. We dug
Sid,
it up into 11th.
Sid has mod, so that means would I have it now?
Oh, no, not yet.
This is outrageous.
Oh, the Corcoms. My Corcoms has not been made Twitch moderator. Let's get that resolved, shall we?
It's alright.
We see Nathan.
The people who run this league are very, very busy, so I think you should take that into account when yeah.
Cooking is Nathan.
I'll check now.
Nathan's going fairly well. I hope he's on a lap and we've not been watching him this time, and he's not. The rear wing is open, so it could potentially be a lap. He is 12th at the moment as a Mercedes driver. He's coming round the infamous hairpin of turn 14 with a slight little bend of 15. Get on the power, but again, 16 is very easy to invalidate. Can he keep it on the track? He does indeed. As Nathan is now coming towards the line, he improves by half a second and knocks himself up into 11th place. Not too good of an improvement, but he's still up a position. You have the Alfa Romeo of Red Mask, aka what I can see is Charlie. Not entirely what we need, but we should go on with Sebi, who's coming around the final few corners now, but he will be going into the pits, so it will be Red Mask I go on board with, who sets a purple sector 2. Was that a full purple or just a personal best? We'll find out. He's steaming now towards the second DRS zone.
There's some decently fast laps coming in now. Look at the gap at the front, it's barely anything. If you switch to gap to leader instead of best lap time, that's the information you see. You see the gaps and they're very, very small.
Leader. So there is a quick glance of the gaps to the leader. As there's only... Oh, Grelis! Charlie managed to jump Sid. And he's only 15 hundredths off of that position. He's at 100. So, it's close. It's very close for the victory. As Red Mask goes 10th. His time wasn't too bad. 32.9. It's looking good. Rain? Potentially. It is an expectation of rain. With the clouds looking dull. The commentators, well, I suspect a bit of rain. I hope it's a wet China. I love mixed conditions. But a lot of drivers are now just getting into the pits as it's the 4-minute time as drivers now swap their tyres, drop their fuel and prepare for the last run of this qualifying section.
It's time to get your head in the game now, boys. This is the lap that counts. Who's going to...
High Tech, he's on the track. He's on an out lap, but so is Dan. But is Dan on a lap?
DMS Racing's on a fast lap. See what we can do, DMS Racing.
DMS Racing is on a lap as he's now approaching turn 7. Very fast corner indeed, but also his turn 8. You've just got to back off the power ever so slightly to get through there cleanly, otherwise you'll send too much speed as he now attacks turn number 9 and round 10 we go, keeping it on the track nice and bonny as he finishes second sector. It's not a bad sector time. He's cooking through 11. He's sending it round 12 now. Bit too much curb there. Needs to get on the power early, but not too much power because you can drop it out of 13. It's a very infamous corner for sending cars spinning. Just a bit too much power and you are gone. Now that rear wing is wide open as he powers down the absolutely humongous straight here in China. And he now slams on the brakes as hard as he can to send it round the hairpin of 14.
Oh, this is going to be such a good race. I hope it is. The track's really suited to good racing, especially on the game. Maybe not in real life, but definitely on the game.
DMS Racing powering towards the line. It shall be a P9, 32.8. So the drivers are looking good. We only have 4 drivers to break the 31s. So that really shows the pace of the front 4. These cars could challenge for a victory here today. It is only separated by 1.5 tenths from Grelis.
Everyone should start coming out for their final runs now, the final out laps. So
Everybody's rushing out of that pit lane now. The car's flooding the track. Let's just hope there's not too much traffic and drivers can get a decent lap in. We can pray, we can pray. D Summers is yet to set a lap as he comes down the straight.
Sid's sat out first before Grelis, so...
Oh, Grelis. I think Grelis is out first. Sid is just come out.
Oh, right, sorry.
Yeah, so Grelis is out. D Summers is about to start what would be his first time lap.
I'm going to stay and follow on with Sid on his lap, so I'll let you know what the second times are. And he's on the grass. Something's happened there. He probably
he's moving out of the way. I suspect he doesn't want to impede. He's still on his 8 laps. He's not on a lap yet, but D Summers is cooking round the track with go as he's just finished turn 5 now. And there's traffic ahead. They need to move out of the way because D Summers is coming in the Williams as he's finishing turn 6 now. And it's a purple sector 1 for D Summers. He's flying in that Williams. I
suspect that's a false purple because Sid, I think, blocked D Summers, so he could be facing the quali ban there.
Oh no, D Summers finishing turn 10 now.
If D Summers wants to ruin the championship showdown,
it's a purple sector 2, but it's not full purple. Around turn 12 we go. Show us D Summers, you monster. Did he get on the power well enough? He looks like he did. He's now flat down towards the long straight. As he approaches the DRS, there's an Aston in the way. Get out of the way, as he does indeed. He's got that rear wing open and D Summers is flying now. When he needs to slam on the brakes as hard as he can to make that very tight hairpin of turn 14.
Oh.
Bit of a wobble.
Sid and Grelis are right next to each other on the track. Sid has just gone and chopped in front of Grelis on the back straight, warming up his tyres, just to let him know that he means business.
D Summers takes pole! It's a 31.7, I don't believe it! The Williams driver puts himself up into the fight. What a lap for D Summers. Highest position he has been.
You might want to check the back straight now where Sid is. Watch Sid and Grelis and Pioneer Penguin. They were having a bit of a... They were all going slow at the same time at the back straight, like eyeing each other up basically. It was quite cool. I'll clip it now. But here we go. Sid's gone first. Grelis is behind him.
Currently on board with Sid. This is where it matters. Sid is in what could be a championship, providing the outcome of this race. Okay. He needs pole
keep
position.
An eye on the top right. Keep an eye on the top right and tell me what the first sector time is specifically. I'll tell you Grelis's.
It's a 23.964. He's a 10th up on his time so far. Charlie takes pole by 3 tenths. It's a 31.4. Oh no, Sid's invalid! Sid is invalid!
Oh no, Grelis is up anyway, so Grelis was marginally up on Sid, but Sid's not going to improve now, so it's going to start from a maximum of P4. I mean, minimum of P4, so that's not great for his championship fight. He needs Grelis to invalidate now.
D Summers with the lap of dreams for the Williams. It's the highest position he's been in so far, providing the rest of the field don't make many changes. Sid has invalidated. Grelis is on his lap. He's just finished 13. He's on the back straight now with that rear wing wide open. He's sending it with everything he's got. He needs to maximise that speed and get on the brakes as late as he can for the infamous turn 14, which has cost a lot of drivers the races. Around the little flick of 15. He's very tidy indeed. Well, can only hope it's a pole position, but at the minute it looks like Charlie could keep it as now Grelis crosses the line and he's pole by 2 tenths. Oh, wow.
You just knew that was going to happen.
You saw it coming, but D Summers sits in 3rd. It is the highest qualifying position for the Williams this season. That is fantastic stuff.
Well done, D Summers.
Side gate, he's not going to finish that lap, and that will do your qualifying. Grelis snatching pole by just under 2 tenths. Charlie with a 31.4. D Summers with a absolutely flying lap with a 31.7. Sid invalidated, but could have improved. in fourth with a 31.8. Domi Lee, a 31.9. Sebi, a 31.9. Top 6 in the 31s. And then we have a bit of a 2/10 gap to X427 in 7th, Pipe Tech in 8th, Cygate in 9th, Red Mask, as it now has updated and give me his correct name.
There we go.
In P10 with a 32.6, Piney Penguin, Havoc Connor, who retired after setting his lap, DMS Racing, Blades, and I will continue it after I get the results back on the screen.
It's Dougie, Nathan D, Ashton Army, then it's going to be Rising Claw, and then Brother Adam to run off the grid.
Ooh, lovely stuff, lovely stuff. What a qualifying. The championship leader takes another pole and can once again is in that almighty look at the championship today. It's been a beautiful qualifying for him, just what he needed, and he is in contention to take it today. Not like it was ever questioned. He has a 75-point lead with only this and 2 more races after this one. Oh, lovely stuff.
Should be a good one.
Ooh.
Predictions in the chat then, everyone. I see the chat's quite active today, so predictions in the chat I'll be watching and reading.
Get your predictions in. What do you think could happen today?
Does the championship get sealed today, boys? Yes or no? Can that be the prediction if there's a moderator? See, this is why another reason why I should be well, I should be moderator anyway soon. But could somebody do it?
I wish I knew how to do it. But as we await now,
here we go though.
For the drivers to set their fuel, set their strategies. The sky is looking clear. It looks like it shall be a dry race, which is just what the drivers need, especially for Grelis. He can keep it dry. He can set those laps with a 31.2. Victory is in his grasp.
Just look like it. He's about, was it 20-something laps?
I think we shall have 28 laps of racing. 28, 29 laps of racing for this 50%. I reckon about 28 laps, as a 50% would be 56 laps. That I'm aware of.
I'm feeling the urge to sneeze, so I'll let you take that one.
Okay, my friend. That's a lights are on. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. And away we go! Grelis looking like he's got away well, but Charlie could still be on the attack there as he sneaks in behind Grelis. It's all coming down into turn 1. Who's going to get the angle into turn 1? Is it? Looks like it could be Sid. Trying to make a move on the inside. There's a bit of contact with an Alfa Romeo. He's dropping positions. He's had to back out of it. Look at the cars side by side through turns 1, 2 and 3. Beautiful stuff, beautiful fighting. We love to see it as Piney Penguin makes a position up on 427. As we see Cygate moving up, 427 moving up again on Piney Penguin, the side by side. Sid trying to get past D Summers now. Goes side by side into turn 6. Can he get the power down and the move done? No, he can't. He's had to fall back behind D Summers. D Summers putting up the defence of a lifetime. Trying to keep that position, but now Domi Lee had a little look at Sid there. Just as he's switching it back to the outside line, but Sid is still on the defensive, trying to keep that 5th place. D Summers moving up. Sebi is up into 3rd place. It's a beautiful start for Sebi. The Alfa Romeo has made it up onto the podium already. Piney Penguin is passing Rising Claw. We have drivers dropping down the grid. Is that Nathan? Nathan's had a bit of a boo-boo, and he's dropping all his positions, falling down the order of the Mercedes to the back of the grid. It's not what you want to see. But Domi Lee now is looking to get a move done as Sid is defensive, trying to keep it, gets past D Summers, and so does Domi Lee. But Domi Lee's now bringing it to Sid as we are on the main straight. Got a slam on the brakes for the hairpin of turn 14, and Domi Lee's a bit of contact. Sid's pushed wide, but Sid keeps it together and keeps it on the track. Let's just hope he didn't get a warning for that one. As we know, power on to finish the opening lap, and Grelis seems to be the one who's looking good so far, but Charlie is ever so closer. Both drivers pushing very, very hard, have gained a 1-second gap to Sebi.
They were having a bit of a scrap into the hairpin on that one, but Grelis was able to keep Charlie at arm's length. But can Charlie stay within the DRS range for one more lap? I have no idea if he can or not.
Oh. So we already have...
Bad start from Sid, though.
It is a terrible start from Sid. It's not what he needed, not in terms of championship. We have a yellow flag as Pure Blades is retired in the pits already. Oh.
alright.
What a shame.
Won't affect the race, so it's okay. Sid is lagging. He's lost the position.
D Summers have got past back Sid. Sid having a absolute terrible stinker of a first and second lap. He's dropped 2 positions. He's opened the door for Sebi to get through. Domi Lee has got through. And D Summers is still ahead of the Alpine driver. D Summers has gone. Oh, but Sid straight through with a bit of contact and actually helps D Summers in straightening the car back out. D Summers will be saying thank you very much. That could have been bad. As Sid didn't cost him too much time and D Summers still goes in this race.
D Summers sent one that was quite a lunge, but only hurt himself. So I hope Sid doesn't have damage from that. Charlie and Gredis are literally scrapping. How are we missing this?
Oh, the side by side as we approach the turn 16. But it's Charlie who's now ahead of Grelis. There's a scrappy. Oh, there's no contact. Oh no. Keep it together, boys. There's a championship to think about, especially for Grelis. Grelis cannot afford to lose this. But Charlie up into the lead now. He's ran wide and he's opened the door for Grelis. As Grelis is going to sneak back in and take by that position. But Charlie's still on the defence as he sends it into turn 3 now. Coming around turn 4, we go on. Charlie's looking like he's coming out ahead. They're still side by side as they approach turn 6. We have a real fight on our hands for the win of the race.
Oh, it's inside.
Oh, it's to the inside. And Grelis with the switch back. Get some.
There's no way it's 4-0. But
we shall get you a replay, Grelis. He saw that all the way.
That was a beautiful move. Charlie's well within another shot though, so it's gonna be another scrap down into the hairpin. I think. Charlie, come on, we're counting on you.
On the replay, side by side as they go to turn 6. It's beautiful stuff indeed. And here we go, as Grelis sees it, pulls it back and brings it round for the switchback. It was beautifully done indeed. Love to see it.
Here we go then, so it's going to be round 3 now?
Yep, round 3 in lap 3 for Charlie with the rear wing open, gets the move. Can he go it? He's going to send it.
Oh, he's sent it, he's locked up, but he's gone too wide.
Grelis again seeing it coming and goes again with another switchback. Oh my God, Grelis is on the ball. Grelis is on the ball.
Charlie went way too deep, but he's still got the DRS and Grelis went wide there, so he might have got a 1. He might be able to make a move again into turn 1. If not, he can just wait. He's gone to the outside, switching towards the inside. Grelis blocks it off.
DMS is crashed. He's crashed in the pits.
Pit lane. It's a safety car.
Oh,
safety car.
We have safety car, and we shall look at the tyre situation to see who has done what and who has gone where. We have 9 drivers sat there on the old faithful mediums from P1 to P9. 3 drivers, P10, 11 and 12 on the hards. Cabot Connor opting for the soft tyres. He has them, as he didn't use them all in quali. 2 more drivers, Brother Adam and Real Ashton Army on the harder compound. Nathan in the pits on the mediums, and Rising Claw in the pits to swap it to the softs.
I don't think anyone needs to box here. I mean, everyone's on mediums or hard, so...
Far too early for a pit stop, but DMS is just absolutely sent it into the pits and cost himself his race. Oh, not what he needed. But so far, we have had 3 very strong laps for the lead. Brilliant driving from Grelis, as he's been called out by Red Devil. Absolutely. It is Ham versus Ross 2016, as Glitchden says. An absolute killer fight for the first 3 laps for the Haas and the Alpha Tauri. We know the Alpha Tauri's got the pace. He's on a resurgence, as Tom pointed out earlier. The second half of the season has been kind to Charlie, but not so kind to Grelis. He's not won here in any race since Miami. Everybody else has jumped ahead.
That's a while, that is. Miami was quite a while ago. I was a race winner for 1 week.
Rising Claw drive-through penalty for speeding under the pit lane.
No, speeding under the BS. He's got 2 drive-throughs.
Oh no! I wonder what's going on.
He might have had a bug. He's probably been. Has he been disqualified? I wouldn't be surprised.
Stopped on the track. I think he is stopped on the track. He's had a moment. He's going again.
Maybe he can't see his delta or something like that. I'm not sure.
Could be a game bug for Rising Claw, as once again the Red Bull is at the back of the grid and will not score any points. He's a bit wobbly though. What's going on, mate? Take it easy, my friend. It's a safety car.
quite random. But
Ooh, some drivers have dived into the pits and opted to change. We shall take another
some
look at the
mediums.
tyres. They have jumped onto the medium compound tyre, looking like a
Could be doing a
two-stop.
medium. Yeah. I think those were the hard runners because there were more than 2. Could even medium soft it if you wanted to. Everyone else has still got a pit.
Deathstorm is not happy with the Rising Claw. What is he
Uh-huh.
doing? We do not know, but we do know that Rising Claw has not had the best season as he's gone into the pits, but what he does not know is that he cannot serve a drive-through in the pits unless he has damage and he's opting to swap his wing or swap his tyres. We shall have a look at what he's gone for. He's on the mediums.
Maybe he just doesn't understand what the delta means.
We can only hope. Apparently he's always getting speed under SC, so a bit of practice and learn some rules, my friend. You have a delta, you must stick to it. If you do not, you will get a drive-through. And that drive-through can cost you your entire race. It is around 15 to 20 seconds to drive through the pit lane before you even swap your tyres. So without a stop, you're looking at 20 seconds added to your race time.
Quite relaxed here under SC.
Everybody's slowing down. You see Charlie keeping that tyre temps in. He's doing a bit of weaving, but it's not what I would do. I would use my brakes to keep the heat in because you're burning off that precious rubber which you might need in the fight against Grelis, my friend. Grelis, I suspect, is using the brake tactic to warm up his tyres as we don't see him weave very often.
Yeah. You can put on the telemetry and look what he's doing. No, I think he's just... No, he's saving a bit of fuel.
So, for the drivers that have underfueled and expected a safety car, this is all going in their favour as they gain back that precious fuel to finish the race. The one thing you must need in all races is the correct amount of fuel. I myself have DNF from a Qatar for not overfueling because we all know Qatar is a burner.
It is a massive burner, yeah. Wonder if it'll be in this lap now. Grace is using the brake tactics to warm his tyre. Charlie isn't.
Grelis knows how to pump that core temperature in. If you get your brakes up to about 900 degrees, it is good for Sid. Sid is up into P4. Beautiful stuff.
If he can get ahead of Dommy Lee and stay ahead and stay with Charlie and Grelis while they were scrapping, because those two seem to be a bit more quicker than everyone else.
Has Rising Claw gone into the pits once again? I think he has.
I think he did. I don't understand what he's doing.
Rising Claw, you cannot serve your drive-through under safety car conditions. That is just how it works. You cannot do it because you gain an advantage.
Watch it, man. Come on. Don't want to get a silly penalty or something stupid.
So, as we await now for the safety car to hit the pit lane, we have Grelis. I think he's burning fuel. He's redlining that second gear.
They both are.
They are burning fuel. Burning fuel. They know that they need to shed it to get that extra lap time. The lighter car is a faster car as we come round turns 14 now, the little flicker 15. And when will Grelis get the jump? When will he go as we wait patiently for Grelis to get the power down? I think it's going to be slow to the line. Yes, it is. And then he's just going to send it off. There he goes. And he sends it off and hopes to get a drop on Charlie. Charlie wasn't caught out too much because he still only got 3 attempts. Sid was not caught out at all. He's sending it to Dommy Lee. He was on the ball as he goes to the outside now. Dommy Lee is trying to switch it back around. He's still to the outside line. Is he? Bit of contact there. Rear wheel to front wheel.
Yeah, Sid shown the door while he was trying to hang it around the outside of Dommy Lee, so we'll see what his response is to that. He could send one at the inside again now, but he doesn't. He's biding his time. Charlie locks up a little bit into that corner, which
Ooh,
I've forgotten.
Sebi is just
Never
locked up a little bit. Okay, it's turn 6 that one, my friend, as we know fly through turn 7. And Charlie
Sid,
is dropping back. I think he's
he
burnt a bit
is.
of rubber that he might have needed when I said you shouldn't be weaving. Not at this stage. Grellis, the master of tyre management, has pulled a second on Charlie and got him out of the DRS as Charlie's had a bit of a wobble. There's no Sid. He's very close to Dommy Lee trying to close that gap up. He needs
Charlie's
to
got
get
a
the
problem
exit.
here. Charlie's not doing well.
Charlie is falling off. Has he overcooked his tyres? Is that too much temperature in your tyres, Charlie? You're 1.7 now behind as Sid is very close to Dommy Lee. Dommy Lee must be burning that battery to stop Sid getting ahead because he's closing up to Charlie now. As they both...
Here goes Sid.
Here goes Sid now on the Aston Martin, sending it down into turn 14, late on the brakes, and he gets it done, but Dommy Lee's trying to go for a switchback as they're still side by side. Oh, he doesn't...
Dommy Lee won't. He'll have to back out here. He can't hang around the outside of that corner. Sid's winning the place fair and square. Sid keeps it.
Sid kept third position, which is what he needs.
He goes Charlie. Charlie's let Sid through.
Oh, Charlie's letting Sid through.
Dommy
Lee sending it through again and gets P2, but Sid's looking to switch it back. Come on, Sid, as Charlie's in the fight. He's 3 wide through turn 3. As we approach, as Dommy Lee's on to back out of that one and Sid gets P2. It's just what he needs. He now needs to drop the hammer and get after Grellis, but Grellis is 3 seconds ahead. Can Sid respond? Is there anything Sid can do? But Dommy Lee and Charlie side by side, and Charlie is now ahead of Dommy Lee. Finally, no. Charlie could be getting back into a groove, but he's almost a second behind Sid, but Dommy Lee is still putting the pressure on Charlie. He's not going to give it up too easily. He's had a bit of a wobble though, coming out of turn 8 as we enter turn 9 now, getting the power down towards turn 10. But Dommy Lee is still behind, and Charlie starts to pull away.
Yeah, I think Charlie's loyalties are
a bit of a nose.
quite clearly. Yeah, Charlie's loyalties are quite clearly placed with Sid
Oh,
right
Dougie,
now. But
yellow flag. Dougie's at the back of the grid, apart from Rising Claw and Piney Penguin. He's had a bit of an issue though. Oh, we could have a fight here down the main straight. We have 4 cars from P7 to P10 that was looking a bit spicy on the entry onto the main straight.
Yeah, it's looking a bit spicy. Oh, to the outside, Sebi.
Sebi to the outside, he's letting through Red Mask. You went a bit wide.
Yeah. Nathan D first track limits victim.
That is it. 3 seconds for Nathan as Sebi's entered
Tell
the
you
pits.
Tell you what, Grellis isn't gapping Sid now that they're both in clean air and on their own pace. Grellis is not gapping Sid. Okay, I tell a lie, he might be gapping Sid.
Oh, he is now starting to pull away. Grellis is starting to drop the hammer. It's 3.7. Sid could have had a bit of a moment or a bit of a wobble to drop that time, but it looks like Grellis is on the ball. The championship is within his grasp.
Yeah, Rising Core retired on track May. So. Silly.
Naughty,
No.
naughty. No.
We don't do that. That is
Dommy
naughty.
Lee still keeping the pressure on Charlie. Dommy Lee is looking very spicy in that Aston Martin. It's an Alonso. Dommy Lee is the Alonso today as he's put in quite a lot of pressure. Charlie's had a bit of a wobble though on the exit of turn 10. I think Charlie has made a boo-boo. He overcooked his tyres on the restart. He's burnt off that precious rubber that he needed. As Dommy Lee, too much curb as when very deep and has now opened a possibility for Pipe Tech to get on the attack.
Dominic's just shredded his battery to stay ahead of Pipe Tech, and it might not even be a successful attempt. But
Pipe
he's
Tech's
gaining
gonna
on
have a
Charlie.
look. Pipe Tech stuck out to the outside, says, I'm here, I'm getting you, so make sure you get your power down.
Sid, he's not getting dropped by Grellis by loads. Charlie, Dommy Lee, both from wide.
Well, a couple of cars running wide using maximum track limits there, as we saw the Alfa Romeo Red Mask just keeping it on the track. Sid, again, losing a bit of time through turn 1. He just doesn't have it in turn 1 like Grellis does. Grellis has got beautiful control coming through turn 1, as we saw in the opening laps.
It's just turn 1 that is losing Sid time, but everywhere else he's matching it. So Sid, definitely deserving of his chance at the title, I think. So, see what happens later in the race, but at the moment, as it stands, Grellis will be champion. Actually, will he?
He will. He will.
It'll be 2 races left. It'll be 50 points on offer, and the gap would be.
It's a 7-point gap from P1 to P2, so
Yeah,
Grelis will take it. There is nothing Sid could do from that.
Yeah, without a chance. The gap needs to be 50 points or less, really. I mean, it needs to be 52 or less at the end of this race. Somebody's crashed. X427 has spun, not crashed.
Oh, he's spun, but he's still in the race. He's only dropped down to P12, so hopefully he can pull back some time to the Mercedes. The Mercedes running P10 and P11 did a tactical change, which we saw just a few corners ago on the timing screen.
Yeah, so from like D Summers downwards to Havoc Connor, they've all got DRS and they're all having a pretty decent race here. They're all scrapping away. They're all quite close, so we're keeping an eye on this while we're keeping on the gaps at the front. But
Dommy Lee is still keeping that pressure on Charlie.
Sid just losing little bits, constant little bits of time. Won't do him any good. But
it's just Sid can't keep the pace. He just can't get the hammer down and to drop any gap. Grelis is on perfect form.
Yeah,
He knows that he can take it today. Absolute perfect form.
D Summers has literally got a traffic jam behind him now. Sygate in a good point scoring position for the Red Bull, who don't really have any points this year.
Oh, he's getting under attack by Red Mask in the Alfa Romeo. I think the Alfa Romeo is going to concede. That was a flashing light on the side gate as Red Mask tries to send it around the outside of turn 6 and he gets the position done. Beautiful stuff from the Alfa Romeo driver. We shall get you a replay.
Nice respectful racing from Sygate there from the space.
Absolutely indeed. Sygate showing absolute true sportsmanship there, giving the space, not pushing it too hard. As we wait for the replay to catch up, and there it is, the side by side as we come through now.
Brother Adam on Sygate, he's looking very close. Sygate flashing. Brother Adam started last as well. Don't forget serving the qualifying ban. But Havoc Connor is looking closer right now. I've got a nice helicopter shot on Sygate. Might be on the same one.
Nice, giving me a terrible camera as Havoc Connor could be in a good position here as the two cars, the Mercedes and the Alpine, are flashing and the Red Bull. Whoa, what was that?
Oh, Sygate.
Sygate, it looks like a bit of a lock-up and it sent the car left into the wall. We can only hope that didn't give damage as we see Charlie is now getting up into levers. Grelis has boxed, so I wonder what the strategy is for Grelis. That could be the swap to the hard tyres to go along.
It's gone softs.
Grelis has gone
softs. Not making it to the end here.
Nice, could be a 2-stop race. You never know what the tyre deg is like.
In fairness, it's only 14 laps. Sid could go. If Sid could stop and go hard here and stay with Grelis. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. I think
a very interesting strategy.
It is an interesting strategy to box for softs. I wonder if that's a boo-boo for Grelis. I really think that might be a strategic boo-boo for Grelis.
I hope it is, because Sid, if he is thinking about doing a medium hard still, I don't see any reason why he shouldn't do that, because I don't think softs will make it to the end.
No, definitely not. It's 16 laps on softs and 12 laps on the mediums, and you're boxing already. If the mediums can't do 12, the softs aren't doing 16.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
I'll just stay out and carry on. I think Grelis now, this is his actual position. This is where he actually is now if he's stopping again. So those softs aren't making it to the end. So Sid now has just inherited, I think, a genuine lead. I think if he just hards to the end like when he should do it, then he's got nothing to be concerned about. He's coming in now.
He's coming in. So what is the strategy call for Sid? Oh, we see Charlie dive into the pits as well.
It should be hards for Sid, I think.
I think Charlie's trying to cover off Sid.
Tyres are going to be finished. Yeah. And Sid has gone for the...
We have the tyres up on the screen as we see a few drivers.
He's gone for the mediums. Oh! Maybe Sid's starting soft.
I'm not entirely sure. I hope he did, because if it's a 2-stopper, then it looks like...
No, he didn't.
He didn't.
He's gone medium. So that means he's going to stop again.
So this race is a 2-stop. This race looking like it will be a 2-stop.
Wow. Okay, so things are seriously shaking up here. A safety car would turn this race into a
Real
quite
Ashton
an
Army's
interesting.
dropping places. He's had a moment and brought out the yellow flags. He's down into 14th position, but Real Ashton Army, it's his first race using a racing wheel. He's
Let's go.
upgraded to a racing wheel from the controller. He's really putting the commitment in, starting to get the gear, he's starting to enjoy the league, so he wants to get in the simulation mode. As Grelis is up 3 positions from changing his tyres to the softs, and he's now making a move on 427, switch to the inside of turns 13 and gets the power down nicely as now they approach the DRS straight, but Grelis should have the DRS because he hit the detections on, and he did. 427 does not have the DRS, but he's draining the battery to try and stay with him to try and put the attack back on Grelis. We love to see it, Dan. We love to see it. Grelis in P6.
This is an interesting race because I have no idea what the strategy is. I just don't know what's going on here.
Matty Robo says 16 laps on softs. Do you think? Do you think it's doable
No,
around
it's
China?
not happening. Well, Sid's got to stop again, so I wonder what happens to him. He is in P2 at the moment, so he's gonna have to get a move on, a serious move on if he. He's gonna have to gain a pit stop's worth of time now on his fresher mediums and on the softs at the end that he's gonna have.
Grelis up another position, up into P5. I think the Mercedes had a bit of an issue, a bit of a moment. We didn't see it quite so cleanly. But Grelis, P5, now chasing Brother Adam. 4 seconds gap. He has the pace to drop the time. This is what he needs to do. Havoc Connor is looking mighty spicy on Red Mask as he's within the DRS and he's dropped 2 tenths coming out of turn 10. As we now enter turn 11, can he gain any more time coming through 12? As he gets the power down to 13, remember, not too quick or you will drop it. As he has gained another 10th on Red Mask. The Mercedes driver in a good position for an overtake. He just needs to get that rear wing wide open. That is a terrible camera angle. We don't want to see it. But we get a beautiful camera angle there as he's made the move easy using the DRS. Slamming on the brakes for turn 14. The little flick of 15. But Red Mask isn't going to let that go easily. He's trying to push back through to 16 now, but just doesn't get the traction down like he wants to and can't get the position back. It's Havoc Connor in P2.
Just looking at all the other standings for all the other tiers, and I'm wondering if any of them are wrapped up. I think EU3 might be. It's on 73 points. So no, it isn't actually. You can still score 78 points, so that's technically not rounded up. EU4 we know isn't as it stands. AM1, is AM1 rounded up? No. AM2? No.
So, EU4.
AM3, no.
Looking like EU4 is the only one that can settle a championship here today, depending on
Yeah,
Grelis'
so
position.
this week, as it stands, EU4 will be the. Imagine that. There's in a championship, a 16-round championship, in like 7 of them, they all go down to the last 2 races, last 3 races at least. That's insane, I think.
That is lovely racing to get it down to the last few races.
Only I think 2 of them out of like the 7 are like gaps of like 73 out of 70. Was it 8 points that are needed to secure it? So.
Grelis
Yeah,
is
I think
now
this week
making
a few of
another
them will be done.
position and he's up into P4. He dropped 4 seconds within 2 laps. He's on the ball. Brother Adam is looking to make a comeback now on Grelis as they go towards turn 14 and slamming on the brakes, but Grelis is ahead and gets it nice and cleanly. Stays ahead. Does not let Brother Adam put him under too much pressure.
In 4 laps, Grelis has made it all the way up to back to the front of the pack, but where Sid is stuck at P8, I think it might be over.
Thanks for following, Matrix. Matrix it.
Yeah,
Thank you for following.
I had someone gifted a sub as well. Oh my god.
Oh, we have gifted subs. Gifted subs. Thank you for the gifted subs. We love it. We need it. It gets the channel growing.
That's 3 gifted subs. Oh my god. Sorry.
Oh,
France,
Grelis sending it
that's
now and Havoc
awesome.
Connor and getting the move done. That was beautiful. He was just later on the brakes and Real Ashton Army is retired in the pits and it's a virtual safety car.
He's crashed in the pit lane. No way.
The pit lane claims another victim. It cost DMS Racing his race, and it's now cost Ashton Army his race.
Tell you what, if these medium runners at the fronts are quicker, you know, if it's out long enough to stay around, they could stop and stay with Grelis. So Grelis would have to make up more time on his tyres, but he could stop with them as well. He could do that, but
Tommy Lee is doing very well out in front on those medium tyres.
see what happens though. He hasn't gone full, which Grelis will be happy about. I need to sneeze. Oh my god.
As we await for the green flags. Bit of a traffic jam there from P2 down to P5. The driver's taking it. Oh, we have cars diving into the pits. Everybody's opted into the pits. The two-stopper. As this could it now. This could be it now to the end. Grelis has the mediums at his disposal. Sid has to go hard. Or softs.
Hards or softs.
And we are green flags once again. Who is leading the race? Nobody, a lot of drivers into the pits as Nathan stays out and leads the race. Charlie, staying out.
Grelis has been seriously held.
Grelis has been held back. No, it's disaster for the championship leader. That overlay does slap indeed, Deathstorm. You're absolutely correct. BK providing the spicy tools for us commentators to use. Thank you, BK. You've worked very hard and we love it. The spectators love it. Oh.
What's happened to Sid? Sid's lost tons of time.
Sid has lost a lot of time. I think Sid has had a moment, maybe a spin, has sent him all the way down out of the points, which...
I think he got held in the pits as well because Brother Adam stopped, which is questionable considering Brother Adam is the second driver.
Sid opted for the hards, didn't opt for the softs.
So probably have gone softs.
The harder tyre will be longer lasting. The softs could burn out within a couple of laps. Maybe he's thinking longevity, while the rest of the grid fall off if they've gone softs. Grelis had a salvo pit stop. He got held back a lot and he's 2 seconds behind Domily. It's Charlie. He's trying to close up the gap to the race leader. Charlie on the hard tyres now. Could this be Charlie to the end? Nathan has gone into the pits, which gives Charlie the lead of the race. Speaking of yesterday, Lando.
Crazy race.
I didn't sleep till gone 2 AM. The adrenaline pumping through my veins was too much. When Lando crossed that line, I was screaming for the Britons.
Yeah, it was so good. I literally had to phone my friend, my best friend, Will, so he didn't miss it because he was busy while the FI was working and the race was ending as he came out of work. I phoned him and I was like, Will, look what's going to happen, and yeah, he didn't miss it, so.
I was exactly the same with my friend. My friend, he's called Deck, and he was working while the race was on, so he missed the entire thing. So I was messaging him, have you seen this race? He says, no, don't tell me, I'm going to watch the replay. He sat there, watched it all the way through, and at the end messaged me back and said, I can't believe it!
It was such a good, it's just a great night to be, yeah, Oscar should have had the podium, yeah, he should have.
Yeah, I agree. Sainz really messed up Oscar's podium. But we can't dwell on that. We can only rejoice for Lando taking his maiden victory. 5 years in the making. Stood on the podium so many times before, but never on the top spot until yesterday.
Yeah. Charlie has taken a penalty.
Ooh.
Tell you what, Charlie has got the gap to win this.
We see Dommy Lee going for it on D Summers now. With the DRS, it's an easy move. But could this allow Grelis to get up there as they fight for that P2 position? Grelis trying to chase down the win, trying to chase down Charlie, who I suspect is going to try and literally hold it out to the end on those harder tyres.
So, yeah, Grelis needs to make sure he doesn't take too many risks here. He could just take this home now and secure the championship today.
As Electric Entry says about Lando, sorry to interrupt you there, he's watching the gap grow each lap had me on the edge of my seat. When I saw the gap going bigger and bigger to Verstappen, it was Lando absolutely dominating Max on pure pace. It wasn't anything less, it was pure pace, and we love to see it. Oh.
Yeah. I think that might be the first instance of... Can you think of any other instance where Verstappen was beaten on pure pace since the second half of the 2022 season? Like, everything else was like, you know, Singapore when Sainz when that was an off day. So was
Grelis got past
Brazil 22. Yeah.
Rear wing wide open, trying to chase Tommy Lee as we see Havoc Connor making a move on D Summers. Havoc Connor doing bits for the Mercedes.
E4?
He is flying!
Is that the highest he's been all season? I think it might be.
It is indeed. It is indeed. He just needs to hold it out for 8 laps and get those much needed points for Ferrari. It will be a killer race for him as Grelis now sends it to the inside line of Domily. As we know, Grelis has the control for turn 1. He's done it all race long and keeps it nice and tidy to take P2 position. It's 4.5 seconds to Charlie. And Grelis now needs to push, push, push. He has the younger tyres. Can he do it? He's already dropped half a second. Ooh, bit of a wobble there from Grelis. Manages to correct it nicely.
Sid is still just stuck behind X427 on the hard, so... Sid, he has to win this race for it to stay a contest.
Needs to get past these drivers here now. But again, he will not get the point margin to keep Grelis from the championship. He needs to get to the top. Grelis needs to crash out. It's just not looking like it's going to happen. We have 8 laps to go as Sid is pushing the Ferrari of Dan. He needs to get past. He knows what he needs to do. He's going to do a big boy send side by side, but Dan gives him the perfect amount of space and gets the better traction and stays ahead. He's on the better tyres of the mediums, but how long will they be better for? As Sid is trying to take it side by side as we exit now in turn 13 onto the main straight. In its 427, who gets the rear wing open to make a move on the Haas and stay ahead.
Tell you who's going to be happy, Sid and Charlie, to hear that
Domilee's fighting Grelis again.
Yeah. Oh, that's close.
This is beautiful for the Mercedes driver.
Yeah. Havoc could be on for a genuine podium here by Domilee having softs and they might have died towards the end, so...
I'm suspecting as much. Come on, Mercedes! They are my team. It's what I race in because I am back in EU2. So come on, Connor. Get the points, mate.
Red Mask. Come on, Red Mask. Red Mask is going to overtake Havoc Connor and pull the gap, I'm sure of it.
Nah, he's a second behind with a 3-second penalty. Havoc Connor in the Mercedes doing bits for my team. Come on, boy. No! No! What are you doing? He's picked up those 3 seconds. Oh, no. I was rooting so hard for you. There goes the podium chance. A Red Mask is almost with it. I think Red Mask did get the DRS.
Go on, Red Mask.
Keep him behind you. Do not let him get it.
Red Mask clear. Red Mask clear.
Oh, bit of a battle there. Domilee, yeah. Can he get the switch back on Grelis? He's on the softer compound tyre, but he's just had a bit of a wobble, and Grelis got the traction down to stay ahead. It's a beautiful battle for P2 between Domilee and Grelis. Domilee has a chance at getting on that podium for P2, and he's sending everything he can to get it.
They could crash, genuinely.
Oh, he goes around the outside of Grelis, but Grelis still with the beautiful control through turn 1, staying ahead. He's a master of turn 1, 2 and 3. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Grealish is having none of it, but Charlie's going to be itching to see what's going on behind him. Havercon's right on their rear now, though. So he's going to get held up for Redmas to come in. So we've got two little duels going on in the same place on the track. Sid has just got past X427, though, for P8. So not enough points, but still points at the end of the day.
It is points, but not what he needs to take the championship from Grealish. He will just extend that P2 from Destructor, as Destructor is not in this race.
Yeah.
Dommy Lee's dropped a second to Grealish. I think Grealish is now going to go clear. But Havoc Connor has the DRS on Dommy Lee and could get the move done for the P3. But with the time penalty, it shouldn't stand unless he can pull the gap. I think the tyres are now starting to slip away from Dommy Lee.
Grealish is going to start catching Charlie now.
Oh, it's 2.6 seconds from Grealish as Havoc Connor with the DRS takes that P3.
Easy overtake. Those softs are going to start to be harder to drive on now, and also Dominic has no battery. So
6 laps remain. Can Charlie hold on? But with the time penalty, Grealish is now net P1.
Still enough time to produce a safety car at the moment, so we'll see what happens.
2 laps. Within the next 2 laps, if there's no safety car, there will not be one.
Yeah.
The final 3 laps is too early. The only thing we should get is probably a VSC. As Grealish is now closing more time to Charlie. Grealish wants to take that position on track just in case a steward report comes out that Charlie has that 3 seconds removed.
It doesn't really matter though, because we're here to see the wrapping up of a amazing season.
And what a season it has been, absolutely.
In 10 races, this man has got 5 wins, 4 P2s, a P3, and 2 fastest laps.
It has been podium, podium, podium for 10 races for Grealish. It has been a championship season. You cannot deny this man the effort and control he has put into the EU4 season. He has dominated, like I've said before. It's Verstappen in a Haas.
Yeah, and he's only a few laps away without any sort of to do it, and he's going to do it as well with a fastest lap and what looks like to be a win, because he is catching Charlie, so you likely will do it on track.
Had a bad last corner through 16, had a big wobble on the exit, but he's not lost too much time to Havoc Connor. He's still right behind him.
See what happens.
Grealish wins the title as it stands right now in P2 because Sid does not have the points to stop him.
It would have to be quite a drastic event.
It would have to be Grealish out of the race and Sid to be scoring higher points to the point of a win. Sid must win and Grealish must DNF to stop Grealish from taking the championship. Because even if Grealish got P2, the points are just too far ahead.
Yeah. I mean, Grealish is on to take the win anyway on track, so it doesn't really matter about that 3 seconds for Charlie.
It does not indeed. Grealish has led it all.
And we've got a crash.
Oh, it's a crash.
It's a
safety car! Oh!
No way! Pipetex crashed. That puts Sid into P7, so he's within a reach. Oh, what's going to happen? What is going to happen?
Will drivers box? Will they do it? This is what it comes down to.
Surely.
What is going to happen? What is going to happen? Oh, the overlay was a bit late. Apologies for that.
Sid, stay out, Sid.
Sid needs to stay out. Sid must stay out.
It's all or nothing, Sid. It's all or nothing. Hit the floor. Havoc Connor stayed out. Oh, Sid's come in, so he's not confident. I know it's Brother Adam. That's Brother Adam. Oh, it's not going to matter. Sid come into the pits. It's not going to matter. He's not close enough to stay ahead.
Correct. Absolutely correct. Sid is going to be paying someone off, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, he's boxed, he's
Yeah.
boxed, he's paid, that's
Yeah, he
it.
should have boxed. Brother Adam, why have you boxed when your championship contending teammate is behind you? Come on, bro.
Oh, no, no, he's had a double stack, but could it play off? Is the timing correct? But he's already
I think
out.
the timing was fine.
Albert Connor leading
Didn't make
the
a difference.
race. Mercedes on
chaos.
top.
Oh, it's going to be some chaos here now. Could we see the heavens descend on EU4 and stop Grannis from taking his, I'm assuming, a maiden title? I've just looked at me and Grannis actually joined this league, the Discord server, which someone should put in the chat right now if you would like to join. Definitely should, because there's going to be some reshuffling for the new game. But yeah, we both joined Cos on the same day, so it's a shame that he's been much more successful than I have. But
Oh, everybody's done it. Even me. We've all linked the Discord. If you would like to get in the Discord, even though there's only 2 races remaining after this, you could be a reserve and get yourself into this amazing action that you've seen before you in this race today alone.
yeah, no DRS either.
DRS is no longer a factor. You are right, Deathstorm.
So the tyre deficit isn't going to matter as much, I don't think. Because if they can just keep people behind them, they can keep them behind them and just burn the battery on the straights, so... Oh, this is going to be tense. And I think it might get a bit rough. It's going to be a 2-lap shootout.
If you are...
Decide the title, possibly.
If you are new with us in Contest of Speed, watching the stream, get in the Discord, because I'm sure while we await for Season 14's release information, there should be some open lobbies, community races, drivers getting some action going on the new game before the season starts. So when the new game is released and the sign-ups are released, you will already be in the Discord ready and waiting to slap your sign-up in.
Tell you who needs to get out of the way, Brother Adam, instantly.
BK really did himself. I cannot praise that man enough for the graphics work he has put in over
so
the
good.
final second half of the season. The overlays, the instant replay screen, the safety car screen, the starting screen, all of it. Just the work that this man has put in, you cannot fault. It is pure dedication. It's lovely stuff.
It's going to be 2 laps to we could be interviewing the first season. Is it what season is 13?
BK, come back. Rob wants BK in the chat.
We all want BK in the chat, but yeah, we could be interviewing the first season 13 champion, Contest of Speed Drivers champion this season. So
Safety car is
strap
in
in.
this lap.
2 laps to decide it. Half a battery for each lap for everyone. Nathan B is stayed. So I count 5 positions. That's 6 positions that Sid could have here. 4 of them are penalties. His teammate and 2 people on older tyres. So
we are currently on board with the race leader, which will be Albert Connor in the Mercedes. He's the highest he's been all season long, and he's looking good.
So if I'm Brother Adam, I move instantly out of the way and SC restart, or not instantly, but late enough so that my teammate doesn't get a legal overtake. But we'll see what happens. It's going to be a crazy one.
As Albert Connor gets himself set up to pull away from the field, he's slowing it down towards turn 16. When will he go? As all eyes look towards this man, as he sends it down now. He's gone, getting the power down, but Charlie was not caught out at all. He's all over the back of the Mercedes, but so is Grellis. He's all over the back of the AlphaTauri. Charlie. Grellis, he's sending it into turn 1, as he's done so many times before. We have 2 cars off. It's a Red Bull and an Aston Martin. Grellis needs to pull back. He doesn't need to DNF here. If he DNFs, it could be all over in his championship, especially for this race, but he's looking good as he takes P2, and Red Mask is up into P3. Albert Connor dropping down to P4. Oh!
Adam actively holding up his championship contending teammate in the final stages of this race, but Sid's done him anyway. So it's
Sid
not much of a
ahead.
bother for Sid.
But as it stands, Grealish will still be the
There's been a
champion.
crash.
There's been another
Tommy
crash.
Lee.
Tommy Lee is out, but he's far, far too late for a safety car.
So I count 2 cars, and 2 cars in front of Sid, both Mercedes. He's got 1. He's gonna get Havoc Connor now. What can Charlie do to aid Sid? Is he gonna put up a big scrap against Grealish? I think he might. Sid is actually on for a podium here, which is gonna be a great recovery drive.
Oh, he's sending it to the inside line. He managed to switch it back on Havoc Connor. Havoc Connor,
Sid.
Sid straight through into P4, and as it stands, will be on for a podium.
He's gonna be P2. So what if something happens here between Charlie and Grealish? Sid will win the race. Havoc Connor sent on Sid though, but he's gonna get.
Sid is falling back. Oh, there's contact.
It's
Sid.
fine though. Sid will have him. It's fine. So Charlie, what can he do?
Oh, Red Mask running wide.
Do you think Grealish is going to just back off and not?
I don't
even
think
try and
Grealish
take
is going to
Charlie?
push too hard. Grealish just needs to hold his ground. He cannot make an unnecessary risk. The championship is there in his hands, but if there is a gap, he's going to go for it as he gets very close.
Look at Charlie.
Side with Charlie. Charlie's really trying to hold him up.
Stopped.
Oh, Charlie really trying to slow him down and get Sid. Potentially could get Sid, but Sid is 2 seconds behind. He could lose what could be a P2 if he's not careful.
I think, yeah.
Charlie will get P2 and Sid will get P3 with the way the timing is looking. It looks like he's just out of the 3 seconds.
Charlie just needs to stomp on the brakes. Not like brake testing, but just force Grealish into some sort of error. Make it so that Red Mask is going to have a chance into the final corner. What can happen? Red Mask needs to floor it. Grealish needs to keep it composed. Grealish has had a snap. That means Red Mask is going to be right there, I think.
The final sector, as all the power comes down now. Flat as we go onto the long straight, down towards turn 13. They're draining the batteries, but it looks like Charlie will take it on track, but from penalties, it will be Grealish. As we now exit turn 14 and 15. The sun is out. The smiles are out for Grealish as Grealish is coming towards the line, and it will be an EU4 championship for Grealish as he takes the win here in Shanghai. And Sid P2, but it is not enough.
No, Sid. Oh, what a race from Sid.
Oh.
I mean, he couldn't have done better. He couldn't have done more. I mean, he probably could have, but it's okay. I think that's a respectable effort from Sid. He's taken P2, but EU4 champion of season 13 is Grealish. So,
Grealish, you
for,
are EU4 champion of Contest of Speed. Congratulations, and what a race it has been.
Potty says P2 plus fastest lap, but Grealish scored the win anyway, so he's extended the gap.
He's still 6 points ahead, and that will do it. Grealish on the podium top step has won the championship.
Getting wiped out. We need to do interviews today. We can't skip out on that.
We cannot skip the interviews. We have Grealish P1, Sid P2, Charlie just holding the P3, Red Mask of the Alfa Romeo P4. That's good for you, Tom. Piney Penguin in the Haas of P5, which does wonders for the Haas in keeping the lead in the constructors. The Red Bull Aside P6 scoring more points for the Red Bull team, the only man to score points in Red Bull. Nathan and Havoc Connor for the Mercedes taking 7 and 8, which is good points for both of them. Sebi in P9, brother Adam in P10. That'll do your top 10. What a race indeed.
Nathan D scored his first points of the year. Gets 6 points. That takes him from 18th to 17th in the standings. His teammate Havoc Connor getting points as well. Just behind him gets 4. So that's good for the Mercedes boys in the constructors, extending the gap on Aston Martin.
Lovely stuff.
A shocking day for Ferrari. Means that the gap is going to be 35 points to the Haas boys. I know it's going to be 45 points because Piney Penguin has got 10 points as well, doing his bit in the constructors charge for Haas.
Oh.
But yeah.
And away we go into the interviews.
Yeah.
We shall get world champion in the comms booth for his interview, Sid and Charlie. You've all been invited. Get in the comms booth, boys. We need to speak to you. Even Sid has congratulated the man himself in the Twitch chat. Well done, Grealish. Deserve that more than me. That GOAT of EU4. Congrats. Absolute championship drive for Grealish. It's been his season all the way through. There is nobody that can deny this man. That would be 6 wins, 4 P2s and 1 P3 for Grealish himself. And he is the champion of EU4.
I love the fact that it would be ours to get rounded up first as well. First, that was a good decider. I think first for being a commentator, I think that was pretty decent.
It was indeed, as we await for these drivers to get in the comms booth. Get in the comms booth.
Come on. Yeah, I think Nathan D gets driver of the day. For me.
I'm pinging him. This man will get in the comms booth. But for now, we've got Sid here. And Sid,
Yeah.
we have Charlie, so we'll start with Charlie because he's in P3. Charlie, managing to score P3. It's good points. You've got yourself up in the points, but I don't think it'll be enough to topple Sid in the final few races because Sid scored a P2 today. But your race was mighty fine indeed, especially in the opening stages, giving the fight to Grealish, absolutely sending it on him. Let's have your take on that. What was your strategy into this one, my friend?
Try not to kill Grealish.
Try not to kill Grealish.
Yeah.
Well, that was mighty fine for the first opening laps. We managed to get some spicy action on the stream from you there. Some good battling for the first 3 laps until the safety car came out. Just want to ask you, though, what happened after that SC? Were your tyres just screaming at you? Did you burn them too much? What happened there? You dropped off quite a bit, mate.
To be honest, I don't know. I actually don't know. It was like they just weren't working. So when Grealish pit, I thought I'd cover it and go to the hards, and they just worked.
Well, it was good for yourself. You've managed to score another podium, getting yourself back into the fight for what could potentially be a P2, depending on the rest of the season, the final 2 races. As Tom, could you confirm was on the points there between Charlie and Sid?
So points between Charlie and Sid are going to be. So Charlie has just got 15 points.
Yeah, and Sid was on 18.
So the gap's going to be Charlie on 145. The Sid's going to be on
163.
160 something. Yeah.
163 for Sid and 145. So it is a potential for
the
you,
fight is
my
on.
friend. But you will jump destructor for P3 in the drivers after that one, Matt. You will take P3 in the current drivers' standings. How does that make you feel?
Amazing.
It was a shocker at the start. You managed to pull it back in the second half of the season, which is beautiful stuff. We'd love to see you on the track, mate.
It is true.
Anything to add from yourself, Tom?
Nothing from me. Just a brilliant drive. Was you aware of the championship situation while you was racing? Did you know that did you want to keep it? Did you want to stay out of it, or did you want to keep it alive in the next race? So you
I want to keep it alive. So it's like I knew I sort of needed the P2 or the P1. So then I'm closer to Sid in the last 2.
Yeah.
But obviously, the 3-second penalty didn't help at all. But oh well.
I've been given moderator, yay.
Well, it was a lovely race from yourself, and it's a podium once again for Charlie in the Alpha Tauri. And we shall move on to Sid, who takes P2 and extends that P2 Drivers' Championship once again. But it was just unfortunate with the few incidents that you were faced with. You couldn't stop Grealish, but you are on for a 2nd place in the drivers. Do you want to tell us about how you were approaching this one? What was your thought process? Any strategies in mind?
No practice, barely any practice at all. Just go with it and wing it, basically.
just try and get as high up as you can and potentially stop Grelis in his works for what was the Drivers' Championship.
Yeah, EA messed me over with the race
You wanna...
and my strategy.
Oh, was it a tyre issue? Going on the wrong tyres, maybe?
I selected the hard tyres and it put me on the mediums, and I'd run the mediums, so that means I'd have to pit again for the hards.
Ah, yes. You went on to the mediums.
Yeah,
But it
but
was
nah.
a lovely race from yourself, and once again extending the second place. And you managed to
Yeah.
recover back up into P2 in the final stages of the race after you looked like you was going to fall behind to the back of the grid. You give up a good fight to get yourself back up into P2. So well done, mate. And on to Tom, if you got anything to add.
No, just did you come into this race with a realistic chance of or expectation of doing it, keeping the championship on, or was you just not worrying about it?
Nah, just at this point, I knew Grelis was going to get it either this race or next race, so I tried to put up a good fight, keep him on his toes. But yeah, congratulations to Grelis. He's done a good job.
It was
Yeah, fair
beautiful
enough.
doing. We love the sportsmanship from yourself, Sid. We love it. We love you saying well done to your rival, the man you tried to stop. It's good sportsmanship, mate.
Yeah, thank you.
And on to EU4 champion Grelis. Glad us have a run through of that one, mate.
Yeah, I would scream and shout, but it's late, so I don't wake anyone up. Yeah, it feels good to be done.
Yeah.
But well, actually, as I said last week, the constructors is still up for the grabs. But I think we got a good points haul, and Ferrari didn't score this weekend, so I'm feeling good all round.
Fantastic
Yeah,
stuff.
fair enough.
You had a nice battle with Charlie coming into the first few laps. What was your mindset on that as you were approaching the first few laps? Were you thinking, oh dear, I have a race on my hands here?
No, I think just the battling with Charlie that I've had is annoyingly good, to the fact that I wish he had kept up that at the start of the season, because I enjoy it so much. Like, we're going
Yeah.
one for the other, lap after lap, and I hope it puts on a good show for everyone watching too.
Absolutely.
So it's a
It was a
shame
great battle.
that it's a shame we didn't get more of that at the start. But yeah, I just enjoy every moment, and I think, like Sid said, I was pretty confident that it was going to be done this race. So if Charlie was to fly away ahead of me, I was happy still.
Beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. We love it when rivals and racers love battling each other. It gives you all the enjoyment. It gives us some mighty fine entertainment indeed. That was a race to behold for the first few laps, and you have secured what I believe is your first league championship, unless you've raced in other leagues before. But for Contest of Speed, it is your first, and you are the EU4 championship. I could not congratulate you enough. Watching you all season long bring the fight and dominate these races with your superior racecraft, race pace. It's just been absolutely amazing to watch, mate. And it has been my pleasure to be your commentator. That is a fact.
I want to give a quick shout out to Nathan, who scored his first points this race.
Yeah, I saw.
P7, I think it was.
It was
Absolutely
He
indeed.
scored 6
fantastic.
points. Yeah, he had a great race.
I am over the
I
moon
also
for the
saw that.
Mercedes driver. I am over the moon. It's my team, and he scored his first points. Go on, Connor, lad. Lovely
It was a great
stuff.
It was great. They want to be the best of the back couple of teams: Mercedes, Aston Martin, and Red Bull, scrapping for the wooden spoon. So they're definitely winning the fight for that. So at least they're giving it their all.
On to you, Tom. If you've got any questions for Grelis.
Yeah, just is that your first ever league title? Or have
Yes,
you got
it
others?
is, yeah. No, that's the first.
Epic.
You're
Oh, that's great. Yeah, and are you going to stay next season?
Oh, 100%.
Yes. I hope you can
Love
put him on my
it.
tiers.
Love it. We want
That'll
you
be
in
great.
EU3. We want you higher. We want to see what you can do in the higher tiers because you have absolutely dominated this one, mate.
No, thank you.
Definitely,
Never know, I might see you on track one day.
Oh, I'd love to see
Yeah,
it.
I hope so.
Now, for now, that will do us as the championship, the Drivers' Championship, has been wrapped up. Grelis, EU4 Contest of Speed champion, secured here at the Shanghai International Circuit. And what a race it was. Round 14 with the drivers wrapped up onto the constructors for the final two races. Ferrari need to do everything they can to pull it back from the Haas. It wasn't a good points finish today, but we shall find out in Qatar if they can do anything more to stop what has been Haas dominance all season long. Oh, what a race. We shall end it here on a high. And thank you very... Oh, Sid, you got something to say?
Yeah, I said my LP team's coming for that P2.
Ooh,
Ooh,
Alpine trying to
God.
chase the P2. We like the attitude, Sid.
Is it possible for you guys to win the title? If I mean, not really. I mean,
Nah,
we'll
no
do that
chance.
point.
No
No chance.
chance to win the title.
No, you
43
could,
points
you could.
behind. Well, 43 points, it is doable, but with no
Yeah, I was gonna say.
35-point gap for the Haas, I think Alpine for P2 is on the cards. Definitely.
Definitely.
With a good points finish for the Alpines today. But again, that was a beautiful race to behold. Championship wrapped up in drivers. And if you enjoyed everything you've seen here today, be sure to join us next week. It was Nathan, not Connor. Oh, sorry. Nathan, sorry. My bad. Nathan got the points, not Connor. Apologies, mate. But again, we love to see it. Nathan getting his first points. Absolutely loving it. But again, we'll wrap it up here. Thank you for watching. Join us next week for what is a constructors fight. Thank you for watching and good night.